Good morning and welcome to art class with Mr. Darby. Thanks for joining me today. And today we're going to be working on a new chalk drawing. We're going to use some chalk pastels. I actually have them right here. You can see those. And this has 24 in it. You can get ones with 12. You can get ones with 36. You can get them loaded up in as many colors as you can imagine. But we can blend and we can mix, so we don't really need 24. 12 is probably good enough. And these are the elephants that I decided to draw up for the project, for the example. I've been working on it here for a week, and it's coming along. Obviously, in my spare time, it's slim. But what I want to do, I want to show you how to draw an elephant today. I want to show you how to put it in the bush or in the savannah out in South Africa. And just talking a little bit about it, I was in South Africa a few years back and actually had some close encounters with elephants and rhinoceros and hippopotamus and giraffes even. So lots of cool things coming out of South Africa, and their art is beautiful down there. You can take a minute and look up some elephant documentaries. I'll post a couple links in the Google Classroom, but check this out and let's get drawing. Okay, for this project I went ahead and grabbed some green paper. Instead of using yellow paper or red paper or brown paper, I chose green just mostly because I wanted the scene to look alive. Alright, but for this project you could actually pick any color paper you want to, and as a matter of fact I would stay away from using white paper if possible. If you don't have colored paper at home, there's a couple things you can do. You can take white paper and paint it with tempera or acrylic and let it dry and then do the project, or you can go pick some up at the store. But either way, I think you'll find that the colored paper works best. For this project, the first thing I want to do to start would be to draw the elephant. I'm going to do it with my Sharpie, but I would expect you to do it with a pencil, because if you make mistakes with a Sharpie, you can't erase, and you wouldn't want to spend all your time making something just to throw it away. So up here in the top left corner-ish, I'm going to make a forehead of my elephant. Then I'm going to make a trunk, kind of like a roller coaster, come down and back up. Leave room over here on the left side for your trunk. If you put your elephant too close to the edge, you'll run out of space. And then a U shape for the end of the trunk. And then the trunk can get a little wider as it comes back. It shouldn't get skinnier, maybe a little wider. Here I'll make a backward C shape. This will be where my tusk comes out at. And I can make those tusks however long I want to. I like them longer. I think it looks cool, but it doesn't have to be that long. Then also I want to make the bottom here into a curved line for almost like a neck. Okay? And then before we move any further, let's put a rainbow shape here to make it look like the tusk is kind of coming out of the mouth. Then I have the ear, and the ear is going to overlap the forehead area, and it's going to kind of be in the shape of a rounded triangle. I think you can see that there. The eye is not close to the top, it's actually down here in the middle, and it's small. Then I want to work on the front leg. Bring it down, and don't make it too short. If you make this too short, you'll have a really short elephant. It'll look really strange, more like a hippo or something like that, okay? The back of the elephant's going to come out and then come down and stop at the same length as the front leg. So I can bring it out and then kind of bring it down and stop here. That's close enough. That's good. All right, so an elephant would have an overlapping kind of effect on the other tusk on the other side. So I would just take this and bring it down. Doesn't have to be the same length. Rarely are tusks symmetrical or the same. I would have another ear, so maybe I'd take an ear and maybe make it going up at a diagonal and then down, like that. And I work on my legs. So the first thing I want to do is make sure I have the thickness of my feet, which are flat, and we want to make sure they're the same. And then the front leg, it's going to kind of mostly just come up pretty straight, and it shouldn't be thin. That will look like a giraffe leg. The back leg can kind of come up and in, getting even wider at the top. And then you wouldn't connect the tops of these lines for the belly. You can see that would be a very skinny elephant. But what we would want to do is kind of follow this curve here and bring that curve down and then back up right in the back at the end. We can overlap here and create some space by putting a back leg right here and making it shorter than the other one so it looks like it's further away. And we'll do the same thing here. And that's a quick and easy way to give your elephant 4 legs. We could put an M shape, 3 of them, like that, 3 bumps for toes or toenails for our elephant. And then I'll put 2 here going off the page. The back over here and come down and down and then kind of have a little bit of hair at the bottom. All right, make that skinny. Don't make it thick. That will look really strange, but that's how I would expect it to look. The next step is to add our dirt, our grass. So I'm gonna start over here and draw my line across between the legs and then out the other side. You don't need to make that a perfectly straight line, but you also don't want to put the line underneath the feet where it would look like the elephant is kind of floating. And we'll put a rock down here and make the rock a little lumpy, but like a squished rainbow shape. And then a couple zigzags to look like it's sitting in the grass. A little line here to look like the rock has a top on it. Maybe some taller grass. Just 2 over here. And then we want to make bushes. And the bushes that we have here are going to be like clouds. If you ever made clouds, you just make clouds go down and up and up and down. Okay? Going behind the elephant, just like that. Then the easiest thing to do to make a tree would be to make a skinny V shape like this. And add a line on the outside of that V shape on each side with a smile on top. And the smile is going to make it look like your tree trunks are going up into your tree. So if I move that down here so you can see the top, I would make this tree go off the page. You can imagine it going up and further. Draw a line between the 2 trunks to look like the leaves go behind it, and then off the other side of the page. If you made these so small that you have room for your whole top of your tree, don't be afraid to add it. That would be okay. I'm going to draw a sun. I don't like to put the sun rays coming off the sun because they will just basically be black lines. If you make the sun yellow and you color it yellow in the sky and around the edges, that would probably be better. Let's add a real cloud. All right, we've done clouds for the tree and the bushes, but we'll put a real cloud in there. And that's basically it. You can add other details, some kids do, but I like this just the way it is. I think you'll have a really fun time with it, and I think you'll find out that you're a better drawer than you thought you were. Now that you have the pencil lines drawn and you're happy with the pencil lines, I would like you to take a minute and Sharpie it or use a marker that's dark. It could be black or brown or purple or blue, just something dark so you can see it a little better while you're trying to fill it in with chalk. And here are my chalk pastels. If I take my box here and take my lid off, you can see all the colors I have to work with. If you don't have a gray, hopefully you'll have a black and a white, and you can kind of work to mix them together. The way I would use the black and white to make gray, I would lay down the black first and put the white over top of it. Then you can use your finger or a Kleenex or some sort of tissue, paper towel, to rub them together, and they will blend. It's going to be beautiful. Our goal is to blend our colors and to enjoy how powdery the chalk pastels are, because that powder is what makes some really beautiful colors that maybe you've never even seen before. So enjoy this project, and let me show you one more time my example so you can get it done. Here's our elephant project that I've been working on. I made my elephants a little bit different, but you can see how I've smoothed some of my lines together, and then I didn't smooth some of my lines together on purpose. I like to tape my paper down just so it doesn't wiggle around on me while I'm working on it, but this one in particular is standing up in the air, so I'm kind of working on it vertically and not laying on a flat table. I hope you have fun doing this. I'd love to see your pictures and your masterpieces when you're finished. Send them in. Hit me on my email or Class Dojo or Google Classroom. I'll talk to you guys soon. And in the meantime, be safe and have fun.